Established in 1986, the National Building Museum's Honor Award recognizes individuals and organizations that have made significant contributions to the quality of our built environment. This year, we celebrate the Urban Land Institute.
In the early part of the 20th century, the function of professional real estate development didn't really exist, and ULI played a really formative role in creating what we think of today as the real estate developer, somebody who can pull together all the different resources to create a place.
Founded in 1936, ULI was meant to be an objective source of published research and practical knowledge for the fledgling profession.
The essence of the Institute was to get together and share best practices and share war stories, because you learn a lot from both.
Under the leadership of visionary developer J.C. Nichols, ULI convened its first council in 1944 to research the nation's rapidly growing suburbs. Since then, ULI has expanded to communities across the globe.
Well, we have 51 district councils across the United States, and we have 14 what we call national councils outside the U.S. Altogether, we have about 27,000 members.
These councils are a forum for providing industry expertise to communities, guiding policy for local and regional land use issues.
Activities that are undertaken that are moving public policy along are done so in a way to educate and tell the elected officials, tell the policymakers why something is good policy or bad policy, and ULI is talking about those pieces in an intellectual and realistic way.
In 2007, Debbie Orshefsky and her colleagues in Florida fostered the region's first transportation plan. In addition to the standing councils, ULI convenes advisory service panels. These panels bring ULI member experts together to create reports at the behest of public agencies and other sponsors.
What they're looking for is an absolutely objective, independent point of view from people who are experienced practitioners in the field of real estate development and land use.
The developers, the public officials, people who are dealing with land use policy, government representatives all across the board, mayors, community leaders, all the people who have to come together in order to make the essential decisions to make our cities even greater and even more vibrant.
One such city is Pittsburgh, recently selected by Forbes magazine as the most livable city in America.
You know, one of the challenges a mayor has in every city is that you're so focused on your city, you don't get a chance very much to sort of see what are some of the best practices around the world, and what ULI does is give you that opportunity.
Across the state in Philadelphia, ULI fellows are working closely with city government and private developers to rethink a major city thoroughfare.
There are a lot of moving pieces here, there are a lot of players, and so orchestrating it all in a way that not only makes some sense but leads to implementation is what's most exciting about these public-private partnerships.
In 2012, the Urban Land Institute is celebrating its 75th anniversary. It is marking this milestone by thinking about the places we will build over the next 75 years.
Why places matter. It's what we call both hardware and software. And the hardware is the bricks and the buildings and the colors and the pitch of the roof, but the software is how you feel when you're there and how people treat you and how you act. And it takes the combination of the two together to really make a place.
ULI understands that a critical component to creating sustainable places is to educate the public.
We're about to launch the Urban Plan initiative in Europe, where real estate specialists go into neighborhoods, go into communities, go into schools in particular, and help to coach young people so that they can better understand how the planning system works, how local development works, how the regeneration of their neighborhoods works, so that they can feel a little bit more empowered and better informed about how their communities are shaped.
Through its award programs like the Gerald D. Hines Student Urban Design Competition, ULI is empowering the building leaders of tomorrow.
This year there was 93 colleges competing. They're given a specific site in a specific city like Houston, a block, You know, and they have to make economic sense of it and yet also have fine architecture.
For the 7 decades that ULI has been around, more than HUD's been around, every single HUD secretary has depended on ULI. From Jack Kemp to Henry Cisneros to me, we all look to ULI as a thought leader, and not just to bring thoughts, but to bring real hard research that backs up that information.
The National Building Museum salutes the Urban Land Institute for its efforts to enhance the quality of life in the world's urban communities.